Hello everyone, it's Ian. My name is Zijian. Today my team and I will be showcasing our HCI group assignment, which is a Roblox game that we have developed called SDG Adventure. My group members include myself, Wong Kian Sing, Fred, and also Teo Ji Ching. In this game, we seek to create a single-player experience in the Roblox world to provide an educational yet entertaining experience to the players. We aim to allow players to interact with the virtual city by developing a HCI concept such as feedback, usability, intuitiveness, and standardized theme. Moreover, this game is created to suit different types of audiences, including children between the ages of 8 to 12, teenagers aged between 13 and 18, and most importantly, the game is suitable for the general public to play. In SDG Adventure, it allows players to experience resolving different types of SDGs at each stage. Our game consists of a total of 4 missions, where in Mission 1, it focuses on no poverty, SDG 1, Mission 2, it addresses life below water, SDG 14, and Mission 3, which covers responsible consumption and production, SDG 12, and finally Mission 4, which tackles life on land, SDG 15. Moreover, in this game, players will be able to interact with NPCs who will provide guidance and tasks, and the player will be guided through a minimap throughout the entire game. So without further ado, let's start Mission 1. As you can see, player will be first spawned in the city center of the Roblox city world, and a green arrow will be pointing towards to an NPC who is jumping and waving. This visual cue signals to the players that the NPC needs help incorporating the HCI concept of feedback and guidance. The player will need to interact with the NPC to understand their problems. In the dialogue, the NPC explains that their car broke down, preventing them from delivering the food to the needies of the streets. The player will then need to help by delivering the food on behalf of the NPC. After interacting with the NPC, the player will need to pick up the food items provided on the table and deliver them to the beggars. As you can see, after each donation, the progress bar will increase, and an "oh yeah" sound effect will acknowledge the player's interaction with the beggar. This relates to the HCI concept of feedback and user satisfaction. The process will continue until the player has interacted with all the beggars. Lastly, a mission completed label will be prompted, informing that the players have completed their mission, which ties to the HCI concept of providing clear feedback and closure. An arrow will then direct the players to Mission 2 to continue their journey of the SDG Adventure.
In Mission 2, titled Ocean Cleanup, the player will notice a significant amount of rubbish floating on the sea after interacting with the fisherman NPC. The fisherman informs the player about the situation and requests assistance in cleaning up the ocean. The player must use a modified speedboat equipped with 2 nets on either side to catch the rubbish. As the player navigates through the sea and passes through the rubbish, the nets automatically collect the debris. At the start of the mission, a text label appears at the top of the screen displaying the total rubbish count, indicating the total amount of rubbish that needs to be collected. Each time the player catches a piece of rubbish, the counter decreases accordingly. The mission is complete when the total rubbish count reaches 0, indicating that all the rubbish has been collected. However, the mission doesn't end there. The player must then drive the rubbish truck to the recycle factory, which serves as a transition point to the Mission 3. Upon arrival at the factory, the player completes Mission 2 and is prompted to begin the next mission, focusing on the recycling process. This sequence ensures a smooth flow between missions and sets up a narrative for the continuation of the game story.
Completing the Mission 2, user will need to follow with the arrow and go to the factory. User can see a door and needs to click the door to reveal a green arrow. Walking over the arrow will teleport the user into the factory. And starting Mission 3, Mystery Factory Stage 1. An instruction board is in front of the user. Interacting with it provides hints and instructions for the mission. The user must navigate the maze and find out all the buttons, following with the specified sequence to avoid constraints. For additional hints, the user can click the dialog above the NPC. While in the maze, the user must pay attention to the surrounding and follow the hints, which will change with each button interaction and reveal numbers needed later. After finding all the buttons, the user interact with the control panel and click the door with a text box instructing to do so. This leads to the mission 3, stage 2. Here, the user can see a green arrow and interact with the NPC. Next, the user must operate the machine button and sort the trash according to the scene image. After completing 5 rounds, a completion message and instruction to the code door appear. The code door is beside the big gate. The hints reveal numbers that form the passcode. Entering the correct passcode, complete mission 3, and the user is teleported back to the city.
After completing mission 3, a navigation arrow guides the player to the location of mission 4, titled Wildfire. The player encounters a poor squirrel desperately in need of help as the player approaches to the desperate squirrel, and then a short instruction will appear and then explain about the forest is under threat from wildfire, and then arguing the player to make immediate action to save it. The player critical task is to use a fire hose to combat the spreading flame and then prevent them from spreading fire to the entire forest. To aid in this mission, a fire level bar is prominently displayed, indicating the current intensity of the fire. The player object is to effectively use the fire hose to reduce the fire level. The goal is to bring down the fire level down to 0%, signifying that the forest is completely safe from the wildfire.